Rabbil Alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I'm Alia Khan. I'm the CEO of the Islamic Kids Store, and I'm here to present to you once again a Muslimah's Quest. We are after the successful event of celebration, which we had in 2021. We had got multiple requests. Am I audible, Mariam, Anfa, Fasra Faria? Am I
Yes,
audible?
yes, yes.
All right. Okay. So we are back with yet another event that is a Muslima's Quest. We had got multiple requests last time that we should have some event for the Muslimas because celebrations focus was all kids. And we got a request for a Muslimas event. And so we came out with this event. And now we also have got requests to have something for the teenage boys. Multiple requests coming up for that. So inshallah, we'll be looking into that segment as well. But I know people are joining in. So you keep joining, but as we have time constraints, we will begin with the event. And also, just give me a minute. Gee, my screen is getting hang because people are joining in, so admitting them. So just give me a minute. Yes. So, coming to this topic today, we are talking about women rights and Muslim rights. And this is something which I so closely believe because being a teenage child living in a non Muslim country itself, and just not here, everywhere, if you go in the world, in fact, Muslim women and her hijab and her oppression is just like the topic of today's times, right from the president of the most developed country in the world, right on to even the smallest countries. Everywhere the debate is going on, and Muslim women and their oppression. And I think it is so very important. In fact, even as being, I think, being a teenage Muslimah myself, I had this feeling of, is really Muslim women, like, the way, your friends talk to you about it and the way they perceive, oh, you Muslim women, you wear a hijab, oh, you Muslim women are so oppressed, you have half the property rights, oh, you Muslim women have the divorce, oh, you Muslim. And there are so many things going on. And that really makes you rethink, especially as a youth. And we wanted such a session, such a session and such a topic to come up to educate our youth. And the reason why we are, having these youth-centric programs, the youth are going to build our ummah. It's very, very important for the youth to think well about themselves. And over the period, alhamdulillah, like as I also started my own education about Islamic studies, and that is what I always tell everybody. All the housewives, all the women out there, all you teenagers out there, everyone, you should study your deen. You study everything in the world. Why don't you study your own deen? And there are multiple examples, alhamdulillah, which we will even learn in this session today. But there's one thing which I closely believe and I really love, admire is Fatima Al-Fahri. When I talk about this topic, she, as you all know, she was one of the persons who launched the first university. And in fact, we went to a library and we're looking at, and it was not an Islamic encyclopedia, it was a normal encyclopedia in which it was mentioned that how Fatima al-Fahri actually got in a lot of wealth from her father, and she used all her inheritance money to build this university. And they also said that she was such a devout and pious woman that she was fasting daily. She had made this niyyah of fasting daily until the university is completed. The university grew in other reigns and caliphates as well, but she was the one who actually laid the foundation of it. So it was so good to see our Muslim women in some, not an Islamic encyclopedia, in a normal encyclopedia, and being praised so much. So before we commence this session, for all those who do not know, let's have a small look, just a 1-minute teaser of the Islamic history. that was a quick teaser of Islamic Kit Store. And years before I should give the dais to this wonderful, energetic Madiha, because when I thought about this topic, I don't know, the first person who came in my mind was Madiha. I was connected with her via LinkedIn, I think, since 1 or 2 years, and I have been following her activities lately, and that really inspires me. And just before I call Madiha on the dais, we'll invite Anfa to introduce our guest for today. So, Anfa, can you please introduce for everyone about Madiha?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So let me tell you a small brief introduction about Ms. Madiha Ahmed. Ms. Madiha Ahmed is the doctor from India who believes in Main Hoon India, meaning better self will lead to better India. She is working as onboarding manager at Global Ethics and Compliance Company. She previously worked with the US government, EY, DBS, Imami, Tata, Capita, Accenture, Dell, and other reputed companies. She is a published author with 13 inspirations at 23 through Notion Press, and now writing her second book, The Quest, Purpose, Peace, and Love. She is a public speaker at TEDx as well as Coca-Cola Youth Speak Forum, at SGCCI, at GTG Kolkata event, at Be the Woman alongside Barka Dutt, at Rath Utsav in Balasore and others. Speaker at Edu Cafe, 2 seasons in Dubai. Delivered speeches for the students, parents, and educators attending across UAE. Madiha has worked with orphanages to improve their education systems and behavior issues for almost 5 years. She has helped in digitally empowering adults during 1.5 years of COVID through CSR project of Dell. So over to you, Ms. Madiha Ahmed.
Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I'm so honored and so delighted to be here. And to just let you know, I landed in Surat. I was in Calcutta. I am still in the car, and I didn't want to miss this chance to interact with all of you. So, inshallah, I'll be sharing a presentation because I want you to have something to go back to and remember. Otherwise, it would be difficult for you to follow. So, just for note's sake, I don't think it's like a very detailed note. But I think I thought about it in the flight. I thought it would be useful for you to go back to this and remember it. So, Jazakallah khair, Sister Alia. I know I've been following your page and I've been so inspired by your thought process, by the kind of stuff. I think sometimes we've exchanged comments on your Instagram posts about so many different kinds of topics, including I remember something about parenting, marriage. Like this was like, I think around COVID time when we were also connected on Instagram longer than LinkedIn, I believe. So I'm so glad that, we had those exchanges. And when I got to know that, you are organizing this, I just couldn't wait to hop on the wagon and, join this incredible group and community of, visionary and thinkers who are trying to do something big for the world. So I am so amazed, by the fact that something like this as a topic has come up. Please let me know, do you want me to speak in English or English Hindi mixed चाहिए आपको या हिंदी में आपको ज़्यादा better रहेगा? आप बता सकते हैं मुझे तीनों languages में I'm comfortable because publicly मैं तीनों language में बोल चुकी हूँ तो मतलब combination चाहिए सिर्फ English?
So it's okay. The session will be in English, so no problem. We can continue with English. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So we'll go ahead with English. I'm so amazed at having a topic like this. Yes, we had to have a topic like this where Islam, a supporter or oppressor of women's rights. And, this is a very relevant topic for me personally because kahin na kahin meri journey, my journey was such that I can, relate to everything that I'm going to talk about today. And this is not something I made up because, I had to give a presentation or, I had to kind of show something to someone. I think you will just hear my life through these presentation slides that you will see. Every slide, in fact. So I have written about these things in my book. I have spoken about these things in my talks publicly in all kinds of forums without giving context to where I took that from because I have lived it. I as a teenager, maine jo pakda, whatever I picked up, I just took it from there. So please note, whatever you will see from from all the slides, that is going to be entirely my life in how I've lived it. So if you have questions also, we will not go so much deep into just the Islamic aspect of it or quoting it as it is. We will also look at it on how thinking about me as a teenager to my youth to my 30s, where I have now seen myself and I'm still seeing the world. I have perceived these examples and these ideas for helping me achieve success and at a personal and professional level. So I'm sure, when we talk about this topic that we are covering today, women's rights, I think from a very young age, I was also very confused because I saw one side, which was culture and society, which was like one side of it, which was totally, influenced by what majority did, what people thought, what people expected, what was acceptable. These were things that everybody was talking about when we say culture and society. And then there was another side, which was family rules. So, what you're expected to understand, what is religion according to family. Family says this is important, this is our way of doing it, and we have to follow it. And then there was the religion Islam, which I studied about from like religious leaders or people who knew religion, who were teaching somewhere for a long time, or like directly from books and recorded sources. And then there was a spirituality aspect, which comes from your own experience with religion, like what happens to you, what you go through in life, and therefore how your ideas about God, about Allah, about the deen, about sunnah, everything develops. So I think I looked at all these fronts when I was 23 years of age. My TED talk is recorded, and you'll see the spectrum and the growth from there till today. When we talk about the Quran, one thing which struck me very hard, and that was in my 20s, which was very early 20s, just out of college, and that age, that Quran is full of signs, and so much of what we understand about religion, we have only perceived by what others have told us. So that could be recorded sources, which are of course authentic, and we have to go back to those authentic sources. Second, it could be our elders. Your parents can teach you what is right and wrong, what are your rights, because when you're young, as a teenage girl, you may not know what are your rights. Probably your mother, your grandmother, your aunt, your elder sister, somebody, a female, will tell you what exactly it is. And then there is another side where not many women get to even explore this side of, what is their understanding of their relationship with Allah, what is their relationship with everything that they have learned. Because, understand this, that when we learn about something or someone from somebody versus how you start admiring and, like looking up to that figure, because you feel that, that is the thing that you want to be, and you understand it from your own perspective and your lens. So culture and society, for me, it was always very illogical in most cases, because what the whole world talks about, there are prejudices, there are stereotypes related to women empowerment, related to so many things that you will keep coming across when you look at culture and societal perspective of women's rights. Some go to extremes where they challenge that men are not important. On the other hand, they feel that, women are totally subdued and not even there at par, or like even having a voice. So there's a total disbalance when we talk about culture and society's aspect of women's rights. According to me, even today, it goes out of their way. I mean, goes out of like hand, and then it becomes an extreme scenario, yet people glorify it. Family rules, on the other hand, very sadly, it's very sad that we are not being responsible adults when we guide our younger generation, where whatever experience we had with society, whatever didn't work out for us, whatever went wrong with us, we put it on our elders somewhere or the other. And therefore, when we are guiding the next generation, it is so filtered with whatever we have gone through instead of what is right. In my life, I have seen these 5 women whose journey personally inspired me in all aspects, and everything that I'm talking about in their life is personally related to my understanding of their life, and how I took parts of their life, imbibed it in my life, and I saw success. So I will only go by those traits, because what is not, it is there. I'm just want to, I just want to make a disclaimer that they're all very pious and successful in dunya and akhirah, but I didn't take everything from their life and put it on the slide or what people would think important. I only put those points which were relevant to me and my life, right? So let's begin with the first example, which is Khadija radiallahu anha. And she's one of my favorites. I think, if I had to idolize a wife, a woman who is an incredible loving wife, successful woman, and a powerful woman of today, I think we would all mess it up if we didn't know, and if Allah had not made someone like Khadija radiallahu anha as an example. Maybe, when I think about her, I think about today's society, that how wise, our creator is, that he created someone like Khadija radiallahu anha at a time when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was there, and she proved what, today's women would possibly do. Women like me, perhaps, or women like who are very powerful in the sense that they know what they have to bring to the table or what they have to offer to society, and therefore they would never settle for less, or what, they don't get the respect that they want from society, or how they would look at life or marriage or business in their life. So I think, my first and the most perfect example is Khadija radiallahu anha. And so I would like to know in the chat, I'll pause, I'll just mute myself, I'll pause, and I want everybody to quickly tell me in the chat, what do you know about Khadija radiallahu anha? So maybe 1 or 2 facts would be great. Very good. Yes, I'm still waiting for more points. Whatever you know about her, everyone should comment.
Okay, Madiha. Uh, I guess you need some 2 minutes to connect. So anyways, no issues.
Just 5 minutes. Yes, just give me 5 minutes, please. Yeah.
Yes, no problem at all. So yes, all the answers are coming up and they are all wonderful answers. Just trying to have a look at all of them. And that also reminds me all to just remind you that we have this Khadija Rizatala Anhu book available on the Islamic Kids Store. And I personally wanted this Khadija's book written by Fatima Barakatullah. You all know she is a well-known, a well-known author, a well-known speaker. I think it's very high time, our ummah follows these kind of people. So I have been following Fatma Barakatullah. I have been listening to her lectures. And when she came up with this book on Khadija, I just wanted it so much. And you won't believe it. I actually got it got it for you guys because I wanted to read it myself. And it was not available in India. So yes, so Madiha, you're back?
Yeah, I'm back. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Okay.
taking that up. Suddenly there was a US client call, so I had to just message that I'm in a meeting right now, in a session. Yes. So thank you so much, Sister Alia. So I was talking about Khadija radiallahu anha, and one of the reasons I find her very inspiring is that being a powerful and a strong woman, society is going to tell you that, these are your rights, these are your responsibilities, and if you have become so powerful, you'll never have the right marriage, you will never find the right guy in your life, you will never become a good mother, you will, all these kind of bad and negative ideas are bombarded to you. And I think an example like Khadija radiallahu anha breaks that stereotype back in the time when this was not even common. You didn't even have working women where or women who expressed interest that you wanted to marry someone, and someone like, if you look at the kind of couple that Khadija radiallahu anha and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam made back in that time before he became a prophet, I think nobody would think, they would think it's a mismatch. Do you agree or not agree with me on that? Please tell me. I would love to know what you think about this. I think they were a mismatch according to society's idea of yes, they were a total mismatch, right? You agree with me. All of you agree with me on this. That back in the time, I think everybody would think that it was a mismatch because she was such a powerful, strong woman. She had so many, things going on. Like she had power in society. She was a businesswoman and, everything. Yeah. So I'm coming to that compatibility part. And then he was so humble. He was such a, like a different personality, and everybody would think, how could someone so strong and powerful, would be interested. And actually, she was more interested in the marriage than, the reverse, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam approaching her. So, that's the most interesting part. And then this is about that time, when, strong women were not so idolized and there were no such good examples. So I think, they were a mismatch according to the world, but see how Allah uses good examples. And this was the best of mankind, which is Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And in his life, you see such a thing happening where a strong, powerful woman, led the dynamics of marriage, led the dynamics of business in his life. And, then the wahi comes and then he becomes this, this man chosen by God to lead the world, the leader of all the prophets. Imagine, and then we're not talking about, behind every successful man is a woman. We are not even talking that. We're talking about how there was purpose in that love, in that relationship, in that fact that she did it with dignity, with honor. She knew what she was bringing to the table and she knew he was the right guy for that. And she didn't step back. She had a vision towards it. So if you are a strong woman and if you think that, you're not doing it right, society is going to question you and, your life is not going to work out for you. You're not going to be in the right places with the right people. Trust me, when you know you are the right person and what you bring to the table, like Khadija radiallahu anha did, you don't have to worry about what society expects of you. Just don't get carried away by the extremism that society shows you about what women can be. That is my only, suggestion, because it's very easy to get carried away and get scared by the idea that, okay, I'm strong, I'm powerful, or if I become strong and powerful, this will not happen, or this will only happen with me, right? So these are a few things that I really wanted to highlight here. Also, I love this fact that, like a lot of people would say in case of Khadija radiallahu anha that, she was such a strong personality, and then, what would she get from a relationship with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? I think he was such an emotional, emotionally intelligent, emotionally strong person also. But also, when Wahi comes and then he shivers, and then, the kind of emotional support that she had been giving him all his life, I think that is something even he acknowledges later on. So many times, like the dynamics in a marriage, in a relationship, like society would expect that, the man has this to offer and woman has only this much to offer. That is not true. Our perfect example of Khadija radiallahu anha has shown that when you know your rights, you know your responsibilities and duties, and the man also knows that. I think, Allah will only bring a lot of good out of such relationships. So that is a huge thing. And also the fact that it's not important that you always have to be a damsel in distress, and only then the right man and the knight in shining armor comes along. Imagine this knight in shining armor was chosen by God, and somewhere I feel that her coming into the in his life, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's life, and it made a huge difference in who he became. His purpose got such a boost. And I would say that for so many other prophets also, if you think about. And that's where we go on to our second example. Again, I love her, Bibi Hajra, who we know very popularly as the mother of Ismail alayhi salam, and we know about the whole incident of Hajj. And I think, I love her so much, and I always admired her, because, in today's times, we often think, a woman, if you leave a woman here, if you leave a woman to this, a man cannot do this to a woman, a man is, unethical, unfair, we have so many ideas about, and yes, most of the time it could be true that this is the case with most men and women relationships. But we have to understand that exceptions always exist, but you also have to be that person to receive that exemption, that exemplary kind of example, or the exemplary kind of a husband in your case. So it's always who you are. And why I'm bringing marriage and business and such personal things into this context, because I do believe that these are majority of kind of areas where people leave it untouched. Sadly, even the most learned people don't like to discuss about such layers of thoughts when it comes to these kind of topics. And therefore, I want to, as a woman, cover it, and I think it'll be easier for you to relate that when I am talking about it as a woman. So what was the tough call and the decision? Leaving her in the desert with no resources and only faith. And imagine her faith, where she believed that, okay, I will obey Allah, I will obey my husband. And that is something like terrible today. Oh, I will obey my husband. Matlab, paon ke kya joote, like something like that. You treat yourself to be like such a bad person if you listen to your husband. ऐसा दिखाया जाता है jokes में भी, कि अगर आप अपने husband की बात सुनते हो तो आप मतलब बहुत नीच वाले इंसान हो, आपकी कोई personality नहीं है, you don't have a backbone, you don't have your identity. किसने बोला? I mean, imagine a powerful woman like Khadija radiallahu anha. Imagine a powerful woman. Vision किसका था? Ibrahim alayhi salam का, कि civilizations आए और मेरे generations में से there will be people who will जो दीन को आगे बढ़ाएंगे या worship करेंगे अल्लाह ताला की. And the vision was there about Kaaba and everything else. But चालू किसने किया? That started actually with the action of, if you come to think of it historically, from the action of Bibi Hajra, where she was not the damsel in distress. Imagine a woman at that time, not a damsel in distress, no education like we get today. And yet, we like sometimes to be the damsel in distress, but that's another point. She used her physical efforts. She used her mind for strategy. कि कुछ तो दौड़ेंगे. Maybe वो, और कितनी बार मैं ये भी सोचती हूँ, when I went for Umrah, I thought about it, that why is, back and forth, same place? Because maybe she thought that she missed it. This is my understanding. If I was there, what would I do? I would do it multiple times. And this is actually correct, if you think about it today, in all the theories, where you have to do repetition to get better at something. Or maybe you miss the point. The more you do it, the more finer details that you see and observe. So maybe somewhere down the line, that was a good call by her, that, she went back and forth. And imagine that act was so beloved to Allah. It was accepted by Allah. And therefore, a whole civilization started after that. So विजन था हस्बैंड का, इब्राहिम अलैहिस्सलाम का, दुआ उनकी थी, ड्रीम उनका था, एक एक्शन वुमन आके पूरा चेंज कर दिया. इमेजिन शी वॉज द वन जिनके वजह से वो उन्होंने ओबे किया, अल्लाह को ओबे किया, अपने हस्बैंड को, एंड देन शी सीज एन एक्शन ऑफ द हस्बैंड ओनली कमिंग ट्रू. सो समटाइम्स यू नो व्हेन यू आर इन अ रिलेशनशिप एंड योर हस्बैंड वांट्स समथिंग एंड यू वांट समथिंग, एंड देन यू थिंक कि अच्छा उनका बात सुन के उनकी मैं क्यों ख्वाहिश पूरी करूं. समटाइम्स यू आर ऑल्सो फुलफिलिंग योर पर्पस इन द होल पिक्चर. किसी एक को विजन आता है बट उसको कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री they get the complementary person in their life in some relationship form who helps to accomplish that particular dream, which was a bigger dream, which was a bigger vision. So somewhere imagine something like a desert, and then Zamzam, Aabe Zamzam ka chalu hona, and then imagine traders started coming and the whole civilization set up, all because one man had a dream and a woman was an action woman. So kitna matlab usme things have changed. Okay, I think I would be required to join from another device, but I think I'll still.
No issues till then. We'll just wait on till she comes in. And for all those who are there in the meeting, we are going to be having a quiz session after this. There are amazing prizes to be won. So stay tuned, stay there. And also after this session, we have just a minute. I'm just getting a call. Just a minute. Yes, actually, Madiha has been so busy throughout yesterday. Also, she was working in the night till 12, and then she had a flight to catch up to Surat this morning. So she messaged me, her battery just died out, so she's connecting. She may take 5 minutes there. So what we'll do is simultaneously, we will start the quiz. What we'll do that. Till the time she is connecting. She will continue with her talk. I know it was so empowering. I was just glued to her talk. Seriously, I mean, her words are so impactful. Alhamdulillah. But and Alhamdulillah, her passion, like she had a busy schedule all this throughout. I really had to take time to actually get through her. But I just wanted her to do this topic, and I know she could do justice indeed to this. So what we can do is simultaneously in the chat, our quiz master, Miss Anfa, Miss Anfa, can you just put up in the chat the quiz link? Okay. So because Madiha may join in 5 minutes, and also we will not start the quiz, but at least we'll give the quiz link so that people can join, because I know people take a lot of time to join the quiz and do this. So we can at least do that.
Okay, this is the QR code. So I can just simply scan the QR code just to join the quiz. So once we are done with the Q&A session and everything, so then we can start the quiz at that time. Also sharing the link if in case you are unable to join via the scan code.
And it was wonderful reading all your comments yesterday also for the Islamic Kids Store favorite products. And it was nice that Alhamdulillah, one of the most liked products was Ultimate Muslimah 360. So it's always good to know when you guys come back with these reviews and all, because it's just like you create a product and then, people come up with these reviews that really motivates us. A reviews, whether good or bad, a good review motivates us, a bad review helps improve us. So in any way, we are always waiting for your reviews. Whenever you buy the Islamic Kids Show products, come in and write your reviews. I think Madiha has entered. Just give me a minute. I'll see if she's good to go. One second. Madiha, are you good to go? Or
Yeah, now I'm able to. Now I'm able to. I was muted. I was trying unmute. It was not happening. I'm so
yeah,
sorry,
I made
sister.
the
My
co-host right now. Yeah, no
yeah,
issues.
so I won't be able to share the slides because it's on the laptop till I reach a cafe. That cafe didn't have like proper systems, so I'm stuck in another area. But it's okay. I'm in good hands right now, so I don't have to worry. So yeah, I was talking about, I think, Bibi Hajara. Yeah, I have my written notes, so I'll just go by that. Just let me check the first one. Yeah. So I was talking about, at that time, so civilization, right? So I totally remember this now. And then the third, so my third example, again, a very inspiring personality, what I felt was Maryam alayhi salam. I think we can never discount the fact that a lot of people think that in Islam, there's no place as such, at least there was a taboo like this before, that, single women and single mothers, and all this was not a concept before. But then, there came a time when now there is awareness, there is an idea about it, though we cannot equally apply that same knowledge. I would like to say this very explicitly, because in her situation it was a miracle. Where Isa alayhi salam was born, it was not like the normal single parent situation that happens, and therefore we cannot compare it as it is. So when we compare religion and we talk about the religious aspects, we should be very, very careful about what we compare. It's easy to say single parent, and things like that, but we have to understand, in her scenario, in her situation, she may have gone through the same kind of humiliation or ridicule, or any kind of like difficulty. But we cannot necessarily say that that is the case normally, right? That is not what exactly that was. So that is something we need to understand as well. And then we talk about another, aspect of Maryam alayhi salam's life, which I think I really, really find inspiring, which is, she was, when she was born, before she was born, uh, we know about the incident about Hannah, her mother, when she was not born yet and she was not able to conceive. At that time, we get to know about a very interesting thing, which I personally feel is a very inspiring aspect of her life, where before she was born, imagine what motherhood is all about. I think I really find this as something which is exemplary, wherein we're talking about, like, let's say, motherhood from a point of view where she knew that what she was nurturing in her womb and what she was capable of nurturing in her womb, that would be like something very powerful. So that belief, I think a lot of times, when we want kids, or when we have this vision. I really want to record this. I think I wanted to record this part, where we have a vision, let's say, of being a mother or raising a child or having a child. Sometimes Allah na kare aisa kuch ho that you're not able to conceive a child because of any reason. Imagine the powerful, the power of powerful intentions, कि इनके अंदर कितना powerful intention था कि नहीं, अगर अल्लाह ने मुझे बच्चा दिया तो I would do this, and this is how people do it. But जब भी you think of even something like conceiving, or you think about marriage, you think about parenting, you think about conceiving, ये नियत बहुत जरूरी है, because that is what is going to lead to something bigger with that child's future as well as your future. So अगर आपका नियत है कि नहीं आपको बच्चे इस नियत से चाहिए, इट्स नॉट अ बैड थिंग अगर आप वो चीज को एक्सप्लिसिटली बात कर सके कि नहीं. कितने बच्चे ऐसे होते हैं, इमेजिन अल्लाह ने आपको इतनी दौलत दी, इतनी इज्जत दी, इतना आपको दुनिया में दिया, और आपके बच्चे नहीं हो, और आपने, या आप कैसे बच्चे हो जिनको इंटरेस्ट नहीं हो आपके बिजनेस में, आपका लेगेसी कायम करने में, आपका दीन का जो भी काम हो, सोशल वर्क हो, बिजनेस हो. बट द पॉइंट बीइंग कि अगर अल्लाह ने आपको ये सब दिया है तो ये गलत बात नहीं है अगर आप दुआ करते हैं कि नहीं अल्लाह मुझे ऐसी ऐसी औलाद दीजिए जिसमें ये सलाहियत हो, जिसमें ये चीजें हो. आई डोंट थिंक इट्स अ रॉन्ग थिंग, बिकॉज बच्चा एज इट इज वो चीजें एंजॉय करेगा. बट अगर आपने उस चीज के लिए दुआ की कि अल्लाह ने उसको वो चीज की, वो चीज को he gets that or she gets that ability to handle all that well also. I think it's a beautiful way, and it's a visionary way, and the way of the prophets and the way of the the sahabas and all the learned people जो ऐसा करते थे. So I don't think इसमें कोई गलत है अगर हम ये तरीका follow करते हैं, right? So that is another thing. Then I want to talk about also the fact that जब भी अल्लाह आपको miracles देंगे, पता है ये चीज होती है, जब अल्लाह आपको miracles देते हैं आपको लगेगा कि नहीं मेरे साथ सब अच्छा होगा, अल्लाह की मदद तो आएगी. But don't forget that you will also be humiliated, you will also be ridiculed, there will be people who will point at your character. बहुत कुछ बोला जाएगा, because अल्लाह की तरफ से आजमाइश भी होती है, अल्लाह की तरफ से you also get that आपको स्ट्रॉन्ग करने का वो पूरा तरीका है अल्लाह का, कि अगर वो मिरेकल अल्लाह आप पे भेज रहे, आर यू रियली केपेबल ऑफ पुलिंग थ्रू विद दैट मिरेकल. तो अगर आपके अंदर वो पावर होगा तो आपको कैसे पता चलेगा, unless Allah tests you कि हाँ मैंने इसको मिरेकल तो भेजा इस औरत पे, but then is she strong enough कि फिर वो मिरेकल के बेनिफिट्स रीप कर सके और उसका वो रिवॉर्ड उसको सही तरीके से मिले. So I don't think there is anything wrong with that either. And we have to be ready for what is to come. And one other thing here from her life I also feel कि अक्सर हम मांगते हैं कि हमारे साथ अच्छा हो, हमारे पास पावर हो, हमारे पास रिसोर्सेज हो, या हमको ये चाहिए. But before Allah will give you all that, Allah will also make you go through tests. Only then he knows whether you can live up to what you asked for, whether you will enjoy those blessings or will you waste it. ये सब अल्लाह को भी तो देखना पड़ता है. He's very kind, he's very merciful, but it's also important to know कि कहीं ना कहीं अल्लाह ताला वो टेस्ट करेंगे हमारे साथ. So we have to be ready, and don't think that you are good looking or you are ऐसे lineage से और आपके parents ऐसे होंगे या आपकी family ऐसे होगी या आप इधर पैदा हुए होंगे या इधर से आपकी परवरिश हुई होगी, you have done schooling or college here, only then Allah will choose you. Trust me, ladies, Allah ऐसे ऑर्डिनरी एवरेज लोगों को भी चूज कर लेते हैं, क्योंकि अल्लाह के लिए ये जरूरी नहीं है कि आप कितने परफेक्ट है या आपके अंदर क्या क्या चीजें परफेक्ट चेकलिस्ट है। जितनी कम चेकलिस्ट आपके अंदर होगी ना, उतना अल्लाह को मजा आता है दुनिया को दिखाने के लिए कि ये मेरे बंदे को मैंने चूज किया और मेरी रहमत और मर्सी से और मेरी ताकत से मैंने इसको इधर से इधर ले गए। मैं वैसी थी, मैं हमेशा अपने आप को वैसी मानती हूँ, मैं बहुत एवरेज थी और एवरेज हूँ अभी भी हर चीज में। बट अल्लाह ने जब मुझे रियलाइज हुआ कि चुना और मुझे वो सब टेस्ट अल्लाह देंगे, तो मेरे अंदर ताकत आ गई कि नहीं, अगर अल्लाह मेरे साथ है और मैं एवरेज हूँ तो अल्लाह को भी मजा आता होगा दिखाने के लिए, देखो ये ऐसी है लेकिन ये ऐसा भी कर लेती है। सो अल्लाह गेट्स द ग्लोरी। सो व्हेन अल्लाह चूजेस यू, डोंट कीप गेसिंग कि मेरे को क्यों चूज किया, मेरे अंदर क्या होगा एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट। नो नो नो, ही चूजेस ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ हिज क्राइटेरिया, नॉट व्हाट द वर्ल्ड्स क्राइटेरिया इज। तो अगर आपको अपने राइट्स के हिसाब से चलना है, दुनिया को ऐसी औरत को ऐसा मिला, मेरे को ऐसा नहीं मिला, डोंट गो बाय दैट। Go by what you think you can do for Allah and what Allah can do for you. Think about the perfect dynamics. I think कि आप अगर दुनिया में ये चीज करते हैं तो दीन को क्या फायदा होगा, अल्लाह की शान कैसे बढ़ेगी उन चीजों में। अगर आप ये चीजों पे फोकस करेंगे तो आपके ड्रीम्स, आपके गोल्स, आपके पर्पस, सब चीज में अल्लाह बरकत देगा, राइट। एंड वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि आप सोचेंगे अगर मैं ये सब ड्रीम अचीव कर भी लूं तो मेरे पास रिसोर्सेस कहाँ से आएंगे, लोग कहाँ मिलेंगे। वैसे ट्रस्ट में वो अल्लाह की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होती है वो चीजें पूरी करना, हमारी नहीं। तो यू डोंट हैव टू वरी अबाउट कि अगर कहाँ से आएगा, वो अल्लाह भेजेंगे। यू हैव टू फोकस ऑन योर पर्पस एंड व्हाट यू आर मेंट टू डू इन दिस वर्ल्ड। एंड quick touch upon the I think I wouldn't skip, but I would like to still mention कि हम बात करते हैं पावरफुल women है, talented women है, तो वर्क प्लेस में होगा। हाँ, तो वर्क प्लेस में आदमी औरत हर टाइप के मिलेंगे, बट व्हाट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इज कि हमारा कैरेक्टर सही हो। अगर हमारा कैरेक्टर सही हो तो अच्छे लोग हो, बुरे लोग हो, आपको आ जाता है कि आपको कैसे हैंडल करना है, बिकॉज आपको अपनी सेफ्टी प्रोटेक्शन ज्यादा जरूरी है इसमें। दूसरी बात, अबू बकर रदियल्लाहु अन्हा वाज अ मेल जिनके अंडर में नुसैबा बिन्त काब, उन्होंने मतलब लड़ाइयां लड़ी हैं उनके गाइडेंस में, उनके लीडरशिप में। उमर रदियल्लाहु अन्हा, अबू बकर सिद्दीक रदियल्लाहु अन्हा ने उनकी तारीफ की। तो आज के जमाने में अगर हम सोचते हैं, अरे ये औरत की तारीफ इसने, ये आदमी ने इस औरत की क्यों तारीफ की होगी, या इसका कैरेक्टर ऐसा होगा इसीलिए इसको तारीफ की जा रही है, लोग ऐसी बातें करते हैं। बट व्हाट इज इंपॉर्टेंट इज इमेजिन अगेन, अल्लाह इज सो वाइज, अल्लाह न्यू के दुनिया में आगे जाके ऐसी ऐसी चीजें होंगी। तो जो लोग ये क्वेश्चन करते हैं कि औरत आदमी काम नहीं कर सकते या आदमी के अंडर में आप नहीं हो सकते, जो आपके हस्बैंड नहीं हो और किसी और आदमी के अंडर आप नहीं कर सकते, अगर नियत आपकी साफ है, आपका स्किल है, तभी आप जंग में उतरे होंगे ना। नुसैबा रदियल्लाहु अन्हा का जो हम बात कर रहे हैं, और फिर उनको सही अल्लाह ने मेंटर भेजा, गाइड भेजा, जो उनको ग्रोथ में कंट्रीब्यूट करेंगे। एंड देयरफॉर मेल फीमेल डायनामिक्स, इट्स टोटली फाइन। इस्लाम हैज शोन अस व्हाट इज पॉसिबल। आई थिंक हमारे परसेप्शन और हमारी सोच गलत होती है, जहां हमको नहीं पता होता है कि हम ये क्यों करें या वो क्यों करें, राइट। एंड लास्टली वन ऑफ माय फेवरेट्स, आई थिंक आफ्टर खदीजा रदियल्लाहु अन्हा, आप देखेंगे मैंने बहुत स्ट्रेटेजिकली लास्ट एग्जाम्पल फातिमा रदियल्लाहु अन्हा को रखा, जो कि बेटी है खदीजा रदियल्लाहु अन्हा की। एंड शी इमेजिन सच अ पावरफुल वुमन। आज के जमाने में आप सोचिए, आप जब अंबानी देखते हैं, आप किसी बड़े सीईओ की वाइफ को देखते हैं जिसका बेटा भी नेक्स्ट सीईओ बनेगा एंड ऑल दैट, यू थिंक अबाउट हाउ पावरफुल दैट वन वुमन इज। जो इसकी वाइफ है, इसकी माँ है, इसकी बेटी है, लाइक थिंक ऑफ अ वेरी रिच पावरफुल सक्सेसफुल फैमिली। उसकी एक औरत को आप पकड़ लीजिए, या फिर पावरफुल फैमिली के उससे, she had everything going her way, but see her humility. She was so humble before her husband. She was so humble and wonderful to her father. She bore 3 children, जिसमें एक बेटी, 2 बेटे, and imagine the kind of parenting goals she may have set, being raised by parents like Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Khadija radiyallahu anha. So I mean, imagine the kind of legacy. And what I love best about her is she was from such a प्रॉपर lineage, बट उन्होंने खुद की मेहनत, खुद की खुद के एफर्ट से she became something, she was able to offer something more. और उन्होंने कभी भी 3-4 पावरफुल आदमी उनके लाइफ में होने के बावजूद, the leader of the prophets, among Ali radiallahu anhu was such a powerful person, and so junoon and jalali, and yet such a wise leader. And then think about these 3 children, Imam Hassan, Hussein and बीबी ज़ैनब। तो आप सोचिए कि इतना पावर इनके पास था, और इन्होंने कभी भी, आज की औरतें सोचती हैं अगर मेरा हस्बैंड ऐसा हो तो मैं सोसाइटी में ये ढोस जमाऊंगी, ऐसा करूंगी, आई टेक दिस पावर इन कंट्रोल, आई विल बी ट्रीटेड लाइक दिस इन दिस प्लेस. शी नेवर हैड दोज एक्सपेक्टेशंस, एंड आई थिंक ये उन्होंने दुनिया को रिस्पेक्ट दी, उनको रिटर्न में रिस्पेक्ट मिला. उन्होंने दुनिया में अपना स्किल्स कंट्रीब्यूट किया, इन return, she got that love, affection, protection. She was able to offer something, she got something back. So my conclusion, sisters, here is very important. I think I would like to share that कि जब हम बात करते हैं women rights की, I think question ही नहीं उठता कि oppress होता है या आपको इस्लाम आगे ले जाता है या पीछे ले जाता है. I think वेरी ऑब्वियस आंसर इज कि आपको अगर पता है कि ऑपरेशन है तो आप समझ लीजिए वो कल्चर ही है जो आपने समझा है, सीखा इस्लाम के बारे में. यू हैव नॉट सीन द रियल इस्लाम विद द रियल लीडर्स हु वर देयर एट द टाइम जब इस्लाम आया एंड जब इस्लाम फैला, और जब नबूवत एंड इमेजिन दीज वर. और ये नहीं सोचना है कि ये सब औरतें प्रॉफिट सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम या कोई दूसरे प्रॉफिट के रिलेशन में थे या लाइफ में थे इसीलिए वो इतने परफेक्ट थे. नो 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 नो, दे वर परफेक्ट बिकॉज they actually also did something to. अल्लाह ऐसे नहीं चुनता. मैंने आपको क्या बताया, हम ये सोच के नहीं चल सकते. अगर मैं ये सोची होती 23 साल की उम्र में कि आई एम नॉट फ्रॉम दिस lineage, मेरे पापा ये नहीं है, मेरे वो नहीं है, तो मैं नहीं कर पाऊंगी ये. I never thought about it. I said these are the examples. बस अब इसको दुनिया में कैसे अप्लाई करना है, with my context, with my generation, I just have to do it because I have some template. उसको तो एटलीस्ट मैं फॉलो करके अपना तरीका निकल जाएगा. अल्लाह दिखाएंगे रास्ता. And then Allah shows the way कि आप मॉडर्न तरीके से इसको कैसे इम्प्लीमेंट करो. So I don't think that is there. And secondly, gender balance. I think इस्लाम में gender balance बहुत sensitive topic है. हर एक को insecurity होती है हर एक के केस में. But I think very important to understand is कि insecurity का कोई मसला ही नहीं है. As long as you know what you are bringing to the table, you are focused in your conversations and you have a purpose around everything you do. तब कोई भी गलत चीजें अगर होने भी वाली होंगी ना, Allah will protect you because your intention from the start was एकदम सही. और सबसे आखिरी बात जो मैं करना चाहूंगी वो ये है कि कहीं ना कहीं अगर आप ये सोच के दुनिया में चलेंगे, मैंने तो ये अपने लाइफ में अप्लाई किया है तो मैं बता रही हूँ आप सबको कि अगर आप ये लेके दुनिया में चलेंगे कि नहीं आदमी से मैं बेहतर हूँ, औरतें ठीक है अल्लाह ने ऊंचा मुकाम दिया है, बट आई पर्सनली फील एंड आई अग्री विद व्हाट द कुरान सेज कि थोड़ा दर्जा आदमी को ज्यादा मिला है, इसीलिए नबूवत ज्यादा से ज्यादा सिर्फ पैगंबरों को ही मिली है. और अगर आप ये सोच के चलेंगे, मैं आज भी रात को डरती हूँ बाहर निकलने से और मुझे जरूरत नहीं पड़ती, मुझे सोसाइटी को कुछ प्रूव नहीं करना कि मैं पावरफुल हूँ, आदमी मेरे से कम है या मैं आदमी से ज्यादा हूँ, मुझे किसी को कुछ नहीं प्रूव करना. अगर अल्लाह ने कह दिया कि मैन आर प्रोटेक्टर्स ऑफ विमेन, अल्लाह ने थोड़ा दर्जा उनका बढ़ा दिया है, उसमें हिकमत अल्लाह की है, मैं क्यों चैलेंज करूं. अगर आज मैंने आदमियों को अपने पर्सनल लाइफ में या अपने प्रोफेशनल लाइफ में अगर चैलेंज की होती तो मैं आगे नहीं बढ़ती. मैंने हमेशा आदमी को इज्जत से, रिस्पेक्ट से मेरे कोलैबोरेटर समझा है और कहीं ना कहीं हमेशा ये ध्यान में रखा है कि अल्लाह ने अगर आदमी को एक दर्जा थोड़ा बढ़ा दिया है तो उसका कुछ हिकमत होगा. मैंने वो क्वेश्चन नहीं की. आई हियर एंड आई ओबे. और इसीलिए अल्लाह ने मुझे दुनिया में आगे बढ़ाया, अपनी इज्जत दी आदमी और औरतों के बीच. और कभी ये क्वेश्चन नहीं था कि मैं, तब भी अल्लाह ने मुझे ये टैग दिया कि शी इज अ पावरफुल वुमन या शी इज केपेबल ऑफ डूइंग दिस. लोग, आदमी मुझे इतना रिस्पेक्ट करते हैं आगे से और मुझे बताते हैं कि आई एम केपेबल ऑफ दिस. मुझे प्रूव नहीं करना पड़ता और मुझे प्रूव करना भी नहीं है. एंड वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि जब अल्लाह आपको मिरेकल्स देंगे, इफ यू फील कि अल्लाह ने आपको कुछ निशानियां दी हैं जिससे यू हैव साइंस ऑफ बीइंग अ चोजन वन, रिमेंबर अल्लाह आपको आजमाएंगे और उसमें आपको जितने आपके रिसोर्सेज अल्लाह आपके सामने लाएंगे, आप उसको एक्सप्लॉइट करते हैं या यूज करते हैं सही तरीके से या गलत तरीके से, उसमें आपका सबसे बड़ा टेस्ट होगा. आप जितना वो टेस्ट में कामयाब होंगे, जितना ज्यादा आप उस चीज को टेकन फॉर ग्रांटेड नहीं लेंगे, उतना ज्यादा अल्लाह आपके लिए और मिरेकल्स लाएंगे टाइम आफ्टर टाइम. सो आई फील कि सवाल ये नहीं है कि आपको सोशली एक्सेप्टेबल होना है कि नहीं. वो रसूल अल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने भी वैसा नहीं सोचा था, किसी पैगंबर ने भी नहीं सोचा था कि कोई भी जो दुनिया में चेंज लाया है वो किसी भी रिलीजन से हो, किसी भी बैकग्राउंड से हो, वो लोग ये कभी नहीं सोचे कि मैं सोशली एक्सेप्टेबल बनूं. उनके दिमाग में सिर्फ एक ही जुनून था कि आई हैव टू बी सोशली रिस्पॉन्सिबल. अगर मैं सोशली रिस्पॉन्सिबल बनूं, वो आदमी हो, औरत हो, कोई बच्चा हो, बड़ा हो, अगर आप सच में अगर आप सही में दुनिया में कुछ करना चाहते हैं, यू जस्ट हैव टू रिमेंबर वन थिंग, एम आई सोशली रिस्पॉन्सिबल? क्या मैं ये दुनिया को चैलेंज करने के लिए कर रही हूँ, या मैं सोशली रिस्पॉन्सिबल होकर कर रही हूँ, क्योंकि मेरे पे ये लेगेसी जारी रहेगी। इमेजिन द विमेन, किस टाइप के विमेन को हम लोग फॉलो कर रहे हैं। इस्लाम में कैसी कैसी औरतें हैं जो हमारे लिए मतलब मिसाल है, एंड देन वी हैव टू फॉलो दैट लेगेसी। तो आर यू रियली द राइट पर्सन टू कैरी फॉरवर्ड दैट लेगेसी? तो आपको सिर्फ ये याद रखना है कि आदमी आपका कंपटीशन नहीं है, आपके लिए वो कोलैबोरेटर है, जिस तरह से हमने हमेशा देखा है हिस्टोरिकली और सब सक्सेस स्टोरीज में। एंड एट द सेम टाइम रिमेंबर, एज अ वुमन, आपको अगर अपने राइट्स चाहिए तो आपको सबसे पहले अपनी ड्यूटी करनी पड़ेगी। इफ यू फुलफिल योर ड्यूटीज एंड रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज टुवर्ड्स सोसाइटी, बीइंग सोशली रिस्पॉन्सिबल, आपको खुद ब खुद अपने राइट्स लेने किसी से नहीं पड़ेंगे। You will be able to get, people will give you those things, वो रिस्पेक्ट, वो इज्जत, वो पावर, वो सब अल्लाह दिलाएगा लोगों के जरिए, और अल्लाह देगा आपको। आपको किसी से लेना नहीं पड़ेगा। लेना पड़ने का मतलब क्या है कि आप में कुछ है ही नहीं, आपको लड़ना पड़ रहा है, राइट? So thank you so much, sisters. Alhamdulillah, it was a very very great moment for me to be part of something like this. मेरे लाइफ की मतलब पता नहीं 23 years 22 years से जो हिस्ट्री है, वो मैंने एक छोटे से टॉक में मतलब आज आपसे शेयर किया। एंड आई वुड रिपीट कि मैंने जितना भी कुछ बताया, मैंने ये नहीं देखा कि कोई स्कॉलर क्या बोल रहे हैं या कुरान, ऑफ कोर्स कुरान को मैंने फॉलो करके हुए किया है, बट मेरे लाइफ में ये सबका क्या क्या रोल रहा है और मैंने इन सब पर्सनालिटीज को किस नजरिए से देखा है टिल टुडे, आई थिंक आई हैव जस्ट बीन वेरी ऑनेस्ट, very vulnerable about how I saw those inspiring personalities. So thank you so much, sisters. Inshallah, we'll connect again. Thank you, Sister Alia and Islamic Kids Store and everybody who attended today. I'm so grateful for your time. Jazakallah khair.
Yeah, Jazakallah khair, Madiha. That was so empowering. Subhanallah, you have this powerful voice to really, really motivate people. The words were enlightening, your voice was powerful, and seriously, Alhamdulillah, it left us so motivated. And that brings us about to one important topic that quite resonates with me. As when it comes to Islam and women rights, we are more on culture than deen. And it's very, very important. Like Madiha said, she herself connected to the Quran, and all what she said was not on the basis of what other scholars or others saying, was on her own study of the Quran. And that is so very important that sisters, you all do your own Islamic studies. Jazakallah khair, Madiha, for removing your time out of your busy schedule and coming here. It really, really means a lot to us. And
Thank
now
you,
we
sister.
start over. Yeah, Yakum. And now we start off with the quiz. We'll quickly start the quiz, Anfa, because we have the other guests also arrived. So we'll just quickly start with the quiz. Okay?
Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm just starting the quiz right now. Okay, here we go. Bismillah.
Anfa, all done? Okay, there are a few more doing, no problem. We'll just wait on.
Now we have a few more, just a minute. I guess we should end the quiz. Okay, I shall be ending this quiz right now. Okay, so here are the winners. So our first winner is Rubia Hassan. Congratulations, Mubarak, Sister Rubia Hassan. Okay, Sister Mariam Shamim, she just messaged me. It was just a mock, just to test the questionnaire. So our second winner is Sister Akila Gigani. And our third winner is Sister Aisha Sharif. Jazakallah khair and Mubarak. Inshallah, please do contact us on our WhatsApp group admins of the Islamic Kit Store with your details. And inshallah, soon it will be shipping your prizes. Jazakallah khair.
Yeah, Mabruk to all the winners. Just a quick look at what you guys are getting. Just have a quick look. The first prize winner gets a 18-karat gold Islamic Kit Store. And then you have the second prize, From Ignorance to Bliss, which is one of our bestsellers, a teenage Islamic novel written by myself. So go ahead and read that one. And the third prize for today is the Ilm magazine. So congrats to all the winners, and hoping to have more prizes with the second session. Okay? All right. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum. Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Alhamdulillah. We are back to the second session. Yes. And Alhamdulillah, our section is about Muslimah and her health and food. And this is one thing, which I always like to talk with. Like whenever you imagine a Muslim, you tell them Muslim food and Muslim health today. What comes in your mind is like, biryani, kebabs, and all of that, fried buns or stuff like that. But if you actually go back to basics, and I love reading history of Islam, and I realized that back in 9th century, just for a small piece of information, how many of you all here know Ziryab? How many of you have heard the name Ziryab? Anybody in the chat here knows Ziryab? Anybody never heard of him? Okay, this is something which we should know because Ziryab was a very famous Muslim personality, and in fact, most of the Muslim countries in the world either have a street or an area named after him. Ziryab means blackbird in Arabic. He lived somewhere around the 9th century. He was the one who introduced the concept of crystal crockery. He was the one who introduced trends like summer clothing, winter clothing. And he was the one, and why he's important for today's topic on health is he introduced the concept of three-course menu, like the menu which we have today, where you have the starters and you have the main course, and then you have the dessert. This concept did not exist before, and it was Ziryab. His name, real name was Abul Hassan, and he was given the name Ziryab. He was originally from Iraq, and he lived in what you say, he was invited by the because in that time you should one history civilization which I would recommend all you parents, all you mothers to educate your kids about is about the Andalusia, Spain, because the Muslim civilization in Andalusia, Spain has been very historic, and the way they have influenced all the fields of science is really, really instrumental, and is something which you should yourself educate and tell your kids about. And he was the person who started this concept of starter, main course, and dessert. And starters was not like the kebab, shami, or patines. Starters mean he had something like soups. And then in a main course, he had like roasted meat or vegetables, and with just a bit of bread. And then in dessert, it was fruits and some kind of pomegranate juices or pomegranate desserts, like real fruit desserts. And this concept was appreciated so much that even the Queen of Denmark, she actually asked to outsource this concept, and this concept now is prevalent all the world over. We Muslims are attributed to it, and this is something of history which we should know. And the European civilization actually were so influenced by us that these Muslims have such healthy habits that they actually took it from us. So that was just a quick tidbit about what Muslim food is and Muslim health is. So then now when you think about Muslim health, you should think about these factors. And this is one topic which I want you to listen to, because the way our choices in life have gone bad, it's necessary for us to go back to understanding what real Muslim health is all about, So before that, let's discuss we have our wonderful Awataf, Sister Awataf Nezari with us, and we were so thankful for her to come over here and educate us. She's a health and wellness coach, and she is just so amazing, mashallah. And health is an amana we should take care of, and we definitely need to go back to amazing Muslimas like Awataf to actually understand more about our health. But before we give the dance to her, let's have an introduction by our sister Anfa. So Anfar, over the dance to you. Let's welcome Sister Awataf.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So let me introduce you all to one of my very dear friend, Awataf Nezari. Awataf Nezari is a multifaceted personality, master's in philosophy and NLP, PG diploma in nutrition and dietetics, health, wellness, and life coach. A human programmer are some of her badges that she holds. She is education enthusiast, rendering services in the field of education since 2006. She has been conducting many lectures for the undergraduate and postgraduate philosophy students in GM Momin Women's College, Bhiwandi. Merging philosophy and NLP, she has designed many courses and started a personal growth and development academy named Midwifery Wisdom Academy. By her courses, she addresses the students to become mindful and resilient by covering all the areas of life which make them future ready. As a human programmer, she guides the future icons to master the art of self-awareness, self-belief, etc. She helps her students to convert N codes into E codes. So over to you, Awataf.
I'm audible.
Yes, you're audible.
Assalamu alaikum, all the lovely ladies. Thank you for the lovely introduction, Anpa. You are very special and dear to me. Thank you, Alia and Islamic Kids Store, for inviting me for this session. So my topic for today is roadmap to being a healthy Muslimah. So let's begin. Bismillah. The slides are visible.
Yes, we can see.
So midwifery wisdom is a thought, it's a metaphor that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made Adam alayhi salam, he has given all the knowledge to him. And when we enter into this world, the kind of culture, the society, the environment we get, we forget the real purpose of our life. And being me as a midwife will help you to deliver those knowledge which you have forgotten and move further in life. So today we are going to see that what exactly the health and wellness means. Now, I would like to know how many of you want to reduce the extra kgs that you have been storing. Comment I in the chat box. Quickly, sister, comment I in the chat box. And how many of you want to be healthy? Comment me in the chat box. By being, and how many of you wanna be peaceful and healthy and wealthy too? Comment myself in the chat box. Very delighted and happy to see all the responses. Now, what is the difference between reducing weight and being healthy and being peaceful and healthy? There is a categorized different in all these forms. Reducing extra kgs are when you really want to see beautiful or in shape when you look into yourself in the mirror, right? If I'm not wrong and mistaken. And being healthy means you have to be peaceful, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and disease-free. So there is a difference. Again, I'm going to ask you a question. Would you like to only reduce those extra kgs, or would you really want to be peaceful and healthy? Reply I in the chat box. And it is going to happen if and only if your mind, body, and your spirit is aligned, as these are the components which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made us. Now, what we do in our life, we only focus on our body to reduce those weight and to do weight loss. We work out for that just to see our body in shape. But what about our mind and spirit? What are we nurturing to those areas of our life? And that is the reason why we find ourselves to be disturbed. It is because we are not working on it. And so we are not working on all the areas of life. And that is the reason why we find ourselves very disturbed, irritated sometimes. So one by one, we are going to look into all three topics, and we'll see how making an harmony between these three, between your mind, body, and your spirit, will take you towards the wellness, towards the peaceful and healthy life. So now I will start with the first part, that is your body. As you can see here, this is a home. We all have home. We all have a beautiful home, and we stay and we live in that home. How often you do cleaning of that home? How often? Once in a week, 15 days, monthly, yearly. The category of cleaning is being programmed by us, and daily cleaning is there, right? Now, my question to you is, how many of you have taken care of this body? Where you live, you reside in your body, and how many of you have taken care of that? So you have to be very much aware and conscious that this is the body where you live, when you can explain, the way you express yourself, everything you do from this body. So how often you are taking care of it? On daily basis, on weekly basis, monthly basis, or yearly basis? And the honest answer is, when you fall sick, then only you focus on what is happening. Your body is showing you the sign, and every time your body is showing you sign. But the thing is, you are not taking care of those signs unless and until you are on a bed, or whether you fall sick, or whether you are feeling unhealthy. Right, sister? How many of you resonate to this? Now, as you can see in this image, the healthy living and the healthy lifestyle is on the healthy meals. Now, how many of you are literally having healthy meals? You have to check your own self, what you are eating, because you are what you consume. By that, when I say what you consume, I'm not only talking about the food that you are eating. It is also what you watch, what you think. It is also what you wear, what you hear, each and every component, whatever you are consuming by using your senses are going to impact in your life. And you have to be very careful and very conscious about it, that what you are consuming are going to affect your life in a very different way. For example, if you watch a disturbing video, you get disturbed too. If you hear something, a bad news, you get disturbed too. And if you are not in a good health, it completely disturbs your body. So if you, by being healthy, you have to be very much focused about all the things that you are consuming. And then only it will take you towards the wellness and a peaceful, healthy life. So this is very much important. And everybody knows what is good and bad. And everybody knows what to eat and what not to eat. But then too, we land up into eating unhealthy and which are not good for our health. We keep on eating those things. So we have to, being healthy, the first thing which is very much important is being mindful of what I'm consuming daily and how much time I'm giving to those things that I'm consuming. What are the importance those things are going to bring into my life when I'm consuming that? And when you are being mindful, then only you will start your journey towards being healthy. Now, moving further, there are loads and loads of information available on Google's and YouTube that what to eat and what not to eat, how much to eat. Now, a very simple way to remember that whenever I'm looking into my plate, it should be colorful. The healthy plate always look colorful. That there are greens in it, there are protein in it, there are fibers in it, and that is a kind of a blend, that is a kind of an ingredients which are being available, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made a lot of things for us, and
Yeah,
all
once
the
again,
things.
sorry to interrupt you. I'm saying, are you changing slides? Because I think we can see only one slide open.
Yeah, yes, I'm changing slides.
No, it is showing only one. Everybody can
So,
see only one, I think, right?
Yeah, we can only see one, right?
okay, I'll reshare it again. Is it
Yeah, now
visible now?
it's good. It's visible now.
Okay. So should I go forward to the previous one also? So this was the previous slide. that what we consume. So what we consume is the results. So now you can see, if we are on the healthier side, we are definitely healthy because we are altering and trying to play with the mechanism that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made, what he has made us to consume and what we are consuming. So here is a healthy plate. A healthy plate is always colorful. So whenever you are eating, even for your children also, since from the childhood, make them understand that if you really want to be a good, live a good, peaceful and healthy life, then your plate should be colorful. And put all the different colors for your kids also. So it will look, it's so pleasing to our eyes that and even for us also it look beautiful. So for our children also, so at a very early age, they will understand. And we all are aware of the sunnah food, which our Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam like to eat and always it is there in their pantry. So we should also include those grains and dates and all the other things which has been mentioned as a sunnah food, like milk, dates, honey, barley, pomegranate. Not only just because they are healthy, but also it also fulfilling one more thing, that is sunnah. So you always remember in a very simple way that your plate should be colorful to keep your body healthy. Now, health is a lifestyle. Nowadays, we are landing up into diseases is because our lifestyle has disturbed. We are not having a eating pattern. We are not having a sleeping pattern. Our soul and our mind and our body is not aligned. We are lacking in nutrient. Then we are not taking good care of exercise. Hardly many ladies, what they say, when I walk a lot in my house. So that is my exercise. No doubt you are walking, you are standing for the cooking, but you are not mindful of it. And you're not sleeping also properly, especially the new moms, their sleep disturbs a lot. And that also affects their mental health too. So we have to be very mindful about what exactly it's. Now, if you're not ready to give up that thing that is making you sick, you are not working towards your health. You are not being fair to your own self. You know what is affecting you. You know what is harming you. You know what is making you fall sick. You know what is healthy. You know what is not healthy. So who is stopping you from living a healthy lifestyle? So these are the area where you have to keep on focus. Like you have to keep a tab whether I have sleep for the 8 hours, whether my body has taken a proper rest. What are my mindset? What are the thought plan that I'm going to deal with? I'm coming to this topic furthermore when we reach the topic of emotions. So we have to be very keen about what are the nutrient that is going within in my body. Is I'm deficiency free? Is my iron, calcium and everything is on tap? Is I'm taking care of myself, especially ladies, we are so much indulged in taking care of our family that we keep ourselves last. But remember, ladies, if you are not fueled up properly, you will land up into irritation, frustration, and that also affect our children and our family too, because we are being very cranky. We feel disturbed. We feel irritated and frustrated because most of the time I have seen women, especially the mothers, they are yelling and shouting and being frustrated and irritated because they have not taken care of themselves. So this is whenever you are being very cranky, that is an alarming sign that your body is giving you that you have to take care of yourself and you have to check with your nutrient and you have to check with your body what exactly is going within yourself. So healthy lifestyle, there is no finish line. If you will ask me that how long should I have to take this diet plan or how long should I have to keep myself tab in taking care of myself. So there is no time limit. There is no finishing line to a healthy life. You have to work 24/7 and 365 days. That when I say a lifestyle, that is me. Healthy lifestyle take a work of 24/7 and 365 days. Like if you take a life of our Prophet Muhammad, it's a very beautiful example. If you see his life, he is working on his self daily. And even Sahabas, they are working daily. They are checking up their things, whether I had this properly or not. So we have to be, it's not only for some time. If you have a goal that I will reduce those extra kgs because I have to go for a vacation, because somebody's marriage is there, or I'm getting my marriage is there, or whatever your goal is, if you have set a limit of that goal for a short term, it's not going to survive and give you it will give you the results, but it's not going to go for a long term. But if you have to make your life healthy, then you have to work on it for the longer period of time. That's make us to come to the part 2, which is our emotional health. How many of you take care of your emotional health? How many of you? Or you are aware of? Type I in the chat box. Or you might have heard about it, or you might have focused about it. So when I ask you that if you're taking care of your emotional health, what are the things that you are good, what you do about it? How you take care of your emotional health? What you do when you get angry? What you do when you are sad, when you are upset, when you're fearful? Right? So very few sisters have reply to this question. They do journaling, they do exercise, they drink water, right? So emotions are not outside the body. They don't come from the outside. They are within us. They are part of us, right? So when we get emotional, we disturb. We have to be very conscious about it. So when I ask you, how do you feel? Or when I message someone, or when I ask someone, how do you feel? What is your reply? Your reply will be, Alhamdulillah, I'm fine, or I'm doing good, right? But when I ask you, being as a therapist and a nutritionist, when I ask you, how do you feel? I really want to know what you feel. You feel like yelling, shouting. There is a turbulence going on within yourself of the emotions, which you don't know how to handle them, which you don't know how to take care of them, which you don't know how to vent out them. You're completely juggling with it. And when I ask you, how do you feel? Your reply should not be, I'm fine. Because if you suppress those emotions, it's going to convert into frustration and irritation, and which is going to affect the other person outside. So these are the six basic emotions which we juggle daily: the joy, the sadness, the surprise, the anger, the disgust, and fear. So I would like to ask you, which is your favorite emotion that you keep on calling again and again? Please reply in the chat box. Is it that anger? Is it that sadness? Or you're feeling fearful? What is that emotion which you keep on calling again and again? That is the key. That is our body is trying to communicate with us in the form of emotion, right? Anger, okay. Fear. So emotions are not as such that once you open up in the morning and they automatically try to come up. It's because, and my question is, how many of you think, sit with that emotion and talk like from where it is coming? What is trying to communicate? What is missing within me? That's the reason why it's coming again and again. Have you ever thought of it? Have you ever given a thought? A small thought. Even if I'm being angry, what is that thing that is making me angry? Very beautiful answer we have. And what is that? That we try to shift the blame to others. Because of this person, I'm getting it. Because of that person, I'm being sad. This dirty things make me feel disgust. Because if I will not be able to face everybody because I fear the judgment. These thoughts stop us from being ourselves. Right? So we are daily we are juggling with our emotions because that is coming from within, and we try to fix it outside. Somebody is making me angry, I'll try to stop that person. Somebody is making me sad, I will try to stop that person. It's not from the outside, sisters. It's coming from within. It's from your deep inside. And why you are disturbed? Because you don't know how to handle your emotions. You don't know what to do when I'm getting angry, right? So you might be aware of when you get angry, what you have to do, you might be aware of, but you're not being mindful when you get angry, because you will end up into doing the same thing again and again. When you become mindful about if I'm getting angry, instead of being venting it out, instead of being reacting on it, let's act on it. What it's trying to say, what is that unfulfilled need within me which is not being fulfilled, that is making me angry? What is that thing that I'm tired of doing which is making me frustrated and irritated? What is that thing inside me which is harming, that is making me angry? So we have to sit with our emotion, we have to think about it, and we have to write down all the things, like these are the reason that I'm getting angry. What are your triggers which is making me angry? So you have to work on those triggers. What happens to me when this thing happens? Like, for example, the children are crying, the house is mess, and I'm really getting very disturbed by seeing all that. So what are your triggers? You have to think about it. You have to check. You have to completely keep on checking those things, right? And when you are aware of why these things are happening, you will master your emotions, and rather than reacting on it, you will start acting with the calm and composing thing. And that by that I mean to say being peaceful. Along with being physically healthy, you have to feel peacefully. And that is also one category of your health. So now what happens to you when you are emotionally disturbed, right? So when you see this light pink color, this is your thinking brain. This is your cognitive brain, which where you reason, you know what is good and bad, you know what is right and wrong, right? So when any emotion get triggers, this is your emotional brain, which is in blue color. So whenever any emotion get triggered, it overpower your thinking brain. How powerful the emotions are. And if you are not keeping a tab over it, you will not be able to work in a sound way. You will be disturbed. Whenever when you might have feel that in the morning, sometime when you start with a bad thing and everything follows up that way. Okay, सब गड़बड़ हो रहा है, सब गिरते जा रहा है, हर चीज खराब हो जा रही है. And why this happens? Because your emotion is got disturbed, and that emotions is overpowering your thinking brain, which is because of that. And even it is mentioned in our hadith that we don't have to take decision or don't say anything when you are angry. Why it is being said so? Because you are not rationally aware of what you are doing. And most of the time, when people get angry, they yell and they shout because they don't know how to handle that emotion, how to take care of it, how to be aware. So at that point of time, the rational thinking, and even suppose, for example, if child is getting angry or you are angry, I mean, somebody is telling you, don't get angry, everything will be fine, everything will be nice, don't worry about it. What do you feel within yourself? You get more angry because that person is not understanding what is happening to you. At that point of time, the only thing which is required is the emotional compassion. You need a tight hug. You need a listener to listen what exactly is you want to vent out. You don't need someone who is going to give you a guide or a lecture on that because you are not in a state to understand. So I request all the sisters, okay, whenever your child is being cranky or being upset or whatever is happening to the child, the emotions have taken over the rational brain. At that point of time, don't just make your children think rationally because you are going to mess up again. And even you are going to feel the same way. Whenever you are disturbed, you don't like anybody's lecture, right? You know very well, every human being is so much aware of everything in this world, especially where information has been flooded everywhere. Everybody is aware of. So even by being aware, it doesn't mean that you are awakened from within to understand those things. So try to understand. So being emotionally healthy is more important because it takes away your rationality. Whenever you are being emotionally challenged, your rationality take a pause and sit behind. And that's the reason why you completely get irritated, frustrated, and you're not able to come out from that sense. And then you think, what you think is that the other person is responsible for it because it's coming from the outside. No, it's coming from the inside and you're not aware of, right? So if you think someone else is responsible for the way you are, you cannot become the way you want to be. So all the things that I'm mentioning, you have to make a journal, which I'm coming further, that I'm going to give you in detail that what exactly you have to do to be a peaceful and healthy towards a wellness living. So as we take diet plan for a healthy body, likewise, we have to take thought plan for our emotional health. So we have to think, we have to take pause, we have to write it down. Why it is important to write it down? Because it get print in your cognitive brain. So when the thing happens again with you, so you are able to understand, okay, now I have to take a break. I have to take a pause. When you're getting angry, take a pause, breathe, connect with yourself. You're completely disturbed. And when you are disturbed, your brain or your mind and your body is not aligned. You're not thinking rationally. So take a break, breathe, connect with yourself, then say something, then take action. First, make yourself calm. And this will happen when you are aware of it. So you think, you plan, and you do, and you keep on repeating. So now from today onwards, try to give a thought plan and include that in your diet, that what are my thought plan according to my emotion, what are those challenge emotions and how it's going to affect me. Because we take it very lightly when it comes to stress, right? And we don't take care of it. We don't take care of the emotion, though we are being disturbed from within. And also along with that, if you're getting more irritated and frustrated, or along with a thought plan and a mindset, you need a deficiency check. Okay, is there any deficiency which is making me more frustrated and irritated? Because our body keep on giving us sign again and again. We neglect those signs unless we fall sick. So before that, be aware, be conscious of yourself. First, learn to be connected with yourself, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made you for the purpose. And when you are connected with yourself, when you're aligned with yourself, all the three things of within your body, all the three components are working equally, then only you can make a sound decision. You can be a good Muslimah. So I have taken a small scanning that how stress affect our brain. So this is a healthy brain, very sound and very healthy and working properly. Everything is being done. Now, this is a chronic stress. A stress, even if a stress is like you're getting late for your child's school or you're getting late for the work and you're rushing yourself, is also a kind of stress that you're giving to your body. So if you make it as a habit, then it's going to affect you. Then it comes to the laziness. Then you don't want to talk to anyone. You just want to be alone because you're so tired of giving. We women, especially, is being trained by the culture that we have to keep on giving and giving without taking care of ourselves. That is the biggest lie every woman have heard from their family and from the society and from the culture. Please debunk this. You have to take care of yourself first, and then comes your family and everything. When I say take care of yourself first, is for your body, for your mental health, for your spiritual health. Because in Akhirah, you are being responsible for yourself. You have to answer Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala of this body that Allah has given to you, how you have taken care of it. How much you have taken care of your eyes, nose, tongue, teeth, hairs, each and every atom of your body, every cell of your body, you are being responsible. You cannot blame that because of I was busy taking care of my family, so I have forgotten that thing. And by taking care of your family, I have forgotten my deen also. How our salah, in today's life are we just bang our head in the sajda. We are not being aware and being mindful that we are standing in front of the Lord of the world. And we are not being mindful about doing sajda, that Allah, when I'm putting my head down, I just want all the stress to be buried in this ground. How many of you have that kind of a mindful salah, right? This is very much important that you are responsible for each and every cells which is running in your body, that you have to answer Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that how you have taken care of yourself. And when you will be in akhirah, you will be asked how you have taken care of it. You cannot deny at that point of time. So this is the time that you have to take care of yourself. And why it is important, when you are sound, when you are healthy, a woman who is healthy will raise a healthy family too, because she knows how to handle her body, she knows how to handle the mind and the emotion, and she knows how to handle the spirit, the spiritual health, the spiritual need of a body. And that's way you can raise healthy children who are being peaceful, healthy, and and by looking to you, your children will know how to develop and how to plan a lifestyle that we are going through, right? So sister, this is a time that you have to be awake, shake yourself a little bit, and be very mindful and be very aware of what you are doing. You are not only you're doing, what you are saying impacts a lot, because what you talk here will give you results outside. How much you are talking to yourself, what you are talking to yourself, you have to be very mindful about it. And even it has been mentioned in Hadith Qudsi that whatever you are asking for, you are going to get it from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you have to be very conscious about what is your thought, what you're talking to yourself, what you are asking for, whether it's being mindful or you're not being mindful. You have to be very conscious about it. You have to be very keen about it. Think about it very deeply. So you need just like as your body needs a detox, you need an emotional detox, right? So if time permits, I would like to spare 4 to 5 minutes more to take this activity. So you will come to know that how emotional detox can give a good impact in your healthy life, right? So I will request all the sisters to please close your eyes and sit in a comfortable position and start breathing. Inhale from your nose and exhale from your mouth like this. While inhaling, bring awareness to the body. Like if I'll ask you, you have been seated for a while, right? So feel your buttocks on the chair. So when I have brought a focus towards that area, now you're feeling that you're being sitting for a long time. Keep breathing. Bring awareness towards my voice that I'm saying to you. And put your focus towards your feet, towards your toes. And see how your toes are being relaxed. Bring your awareness towards your ankle, toward your calf, towards your knee, and make them relax. Your mind will wander here and there. Don't worry. Bring it back. Connect with my voice. Sit straight. Keep breathing and connect with yourself. Shift your focus towards your thighs, towards your stomach, intestine, the organ within yourself, your liver, your heart, your shoulder, which is so heavy. You might feeling pain somewhere. Focus towards that pain and release that pain. You will bring awareness toward your neck and towards your brain, towards your mind. There is a chaos, there is a sound which is being echoed within you. Take a break, give a pause to those sounds which is being echoed in your brain. Be in that state for some time. Relax yourself completely. Your mind will wander here and there. Bring back the awareness and connect with my voice. And when you feel relaxed, slowly open up your eyes. So when we bring back awareness to our brain or our mind, we see that we are not able to put our focus or hold on our focus in our body, in our mind, and in our thought. Why? Because constantly we are living in a state of a monkey mind who's jumping here and there. The daily course, so many things to be done, so many things to be complete in a day, so many things that I have to complete the school project, the husband's work, the family work, the other responsibility, and over and above what society is going to think, what I'm going to do, how I'm going to perform, what culture is saying, each in all the jumbleness of all these things, myself is being buried deep down within. And this is the time that we have to be awakened. And this is the time we have to make ourselves being aware. We have to awake ourselves and bring that awareness. And then we are going to perform very well in our life. You can see that difference. Then only you are going to be healthy. With this juggling emotions, you are not going to be healthy. Now coming towards our last part, which is your spiritual health, which is your soul. Again, we all are aware that this soul is going to transfer from one life to another life, and how much we are taking care of this spirit. There is a guilt, there is a conscious which is going on daily basis. There is a conscious which is harming us, that I'm not taking good, I'm not being a good Muslimah, I'm not being a good daughter, I'm not being a good mother, or I'm not being a good wife, or whatever the thing is. It's completely that conscious awareness is coming within myself, and which is making me sad, which is making me disturbed, is because my soul, my spirit is in peace. And that's the reason why that disturbance comes. So today we are going to focus on this area too, which is very much important, right? And the spiritual disease starts from the heart. And why this happens, it's because we are living in this world which is full of anger, hatred, envy, greed, ego, hypocrisy, jealousy. Everywhere you see, we are cribbing. We are just cribbing about things are not going right with us. Injustice is happening to us. Unless and until we are going to stop these things for ourselves. I'm not talking about others, because you don't have a control in the outside world, but you have a control within yourself. You have a control over you. Now you are responsible when you really truly believe in this, that I am going to be answerable to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, just but by not the words that you are saying, by really mean, when you really feel it, you will not develop that hatred, envy, or greed, or hypocrisy within you. You will not feel jealous about others, because whatever others are getting, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is providing them. What is best for you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will provide you that. You have to forgive everybody who has given you, who has harmed you, who have abused you, whether it is physical abuse, whether it is emotional abuse, whether somebody has body shamed you. It is that person has said you once, but it is echoing within you daily. And that is trolling your health from within. And later on, the outcome is any kind of disease. The lifestyle disease which are being nowadays popular, like PCODs, thyroid, diabetes, these are lifestyle disorders. These are not disease at all. And all these things are happening because we are not being conscious about what we are doing. And there are so many other people who are emotional eaters. Like, for example, rainy seasons are going on, right? So whenever it rains, what we like to eat? We like to eat bhajiyas, we want chai, and we want something which is warm, right? Whether I'm hungry or whether I'm not hungry, I just want to munch on something. This is called emotional eating, which is going to troll your health. So we have to be aware of whether I'm hungry or whether I'm feeling like eating. Just I'm feeling like dil cha raha hai to kha liya. We should not be emotional eater. We should be very conscious eater to live a healthy life. And when we stop all these things, if ego is there, just remember, sister, why Shaitan is being thrown out of Jannah. It's because of the ego. So even a kind of a mustard seed size ego is developing in your heart. Fear that I'll be thrown out of Jannah. And this will happen when you become mindful about it, sisters. Any greed will happen. Jannah is beautiful. We are aware of it. I'm not here to share the information what is mentioned in the hadith. You all are well-versed, well-learned sisters and Muslimas, more better than me. You are aware of everything. But the only difference between you and me is that I'm being aware and being consciously working daily on that rather than working unconscious. I have not only mugged up the hadith, I have guarded it within my bloodstream, and it's working daily within me. So whenever I'm not saying that I don't develop the emotions of being ego or being hatred about somebody, that I take a break, I pause myself, and I just remind myself that what I'm doing. And why this habit happened? Because I'm consciously working on it. And this is really very much important. Jealousy is so common. Hatred is so common in the world of such living being like that. The kindness is being killed. How I become a better human, how I become a better Muslim. I am not responsible what others are doing to me, because my expectation is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you keep that expectation alive from only and only from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are never going to be sad in this life. And if your expectation is being shifted towards human, you are going to be sad your entire life, because humans are not going to fulfill your needs. So bring back your awareness and expectation to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You will be always in a heartbreak. So now no expectation and no disappointment. This is the key to life, sisters. It's really very important, and it is really very needed in the world like this. Not only for us, for the people around us, for our children. We have to train them. We have to make them understand that expectation is only from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when Allah gives, nobody can take it. You want respect, give respect. Because whatever you want to increase in your life, you have to share that. And it will come in multiple, right? So sharing and being kindness. You be kind to other, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to be kind. And what kind of kindness that will be when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to be kind with you, sisters? Be aware, be awakened. And this state of mind, this state of heart, this state of soul, you are going to achieve if and only if you are consciously aware of what you're doing, what you're saying, what you're behaving, don't see the hatred that you are carrying within yourself. You're going to continue with that. Somebody has given me hate, I'm going to transfer it to someone. But let's break that chain, sisters. Somebody has given me hate, I forgive that person, not because that the person is very good. No, just to empty myself from the heaviness that I'm carrying on. That echo which is happening within me. Somebody has body shamed you, somebody has insulted you, somebody has given you bad words. Forgive that person for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is going to uplift you. It is for your betterment. It's not for the others. When you forgive someone, you make an empty space within you. This echo, your mind will be rested. You will be in peace. And be grateful of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala each and every day. You can see, you can walk. The other organs in your body is working well. If we see somebody fall sick in the hospital, when you go and visit them, the death we see around us, we feel so bad about it, right? Okay, so we have to be very, very, very much conscious about our spiritual health too, along with the physical health. And this doesn't happen overnight. This alignment is need to be consciously work on 24/7, 365 days. That groundingness has been there. When we talk about our Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam so much, we have to keep on checking. We should keep a tab that how much I am following my Prophet. How much I am following. Keep a tab on it. The kindness that he has, the humbleness that he has, the language that he used, the kind of shame and abuse that we have got to ourselves as he has received, how we are going to respond in that situation. So we have to be aware and we have to be very conscious about it, right? So the expressions, the acceptance of ourself is important. You are being ashraful makhlukat. You keep on blaming yourself. I'm useless, I'm worthless, I don't know anything, I don't know, I'm not a good person. How dare you? How dare you? When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told you that you are the best of creation, how dare you are blaming, you're being conscious about it or not? That you are blaming Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for creating you? How dare you, sister, to call yourself bad? How dare you? When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told you that you are the best of the version, you are the best of the creation. Have you ever tried to find out what is best in me? Have you ever tried to find out? Think about it, sister. And then only the spirit, the self within you, the complete harmony, the complete wellness that, as I have started with, the peaceful and healthy you will emerge. So spiritual health is a part of your inner peace, regardless of the turmoil around you. Even in this stressful situation, you will be calm. You will be grounded. How Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has dealt with the situation, how he has been dealt with the turmoil, how he has been worried about the things. And what should be your mission in your life? That I'll be kindness, regardless of in this unkind world. I'm not going to show hatred. I'm going to be peaceful and I'm going to show peace. And I'm going to spread that peacefulness. And when you're going to do that, when you are peace from within, you are peaceful from within. That only. So when anybody comes to me for a diet plan or for a thought plan, I ask them how much you are ready. How much you are ready to give up that thing that is making you sick. This is very much important, sisters, because if you are not ready to shift the lifestyle, if you're not ready to accept the growth mindset, you are not going to be healthy. This is the brutal truth. You are not going to be healthy because after some time that motivation will die and you are going to get back to the same thing from where you have been started. So it has to be start in your mind first, that you have to be healthy. Then it will come in your body too. Because whatever you're thinking, your brain is the king of the body who is commanding all the senses, all the organs to work and function. So when the brain is not sound, when your mind is not sound, your body is going to disturb. Because all the emotion that you are being, which is hurting you, you're storing it in your body. And you might have got a glimpse of when we have done that, especially when we have taken a pause and think about ourselves. So this brings to an end without taking much time of yourself. This is a small information about you, what kind of work I'm doing and my academy, how we work. It's completely based on personality development, the human behavior, the actual human being, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made. Through my academy, I'm trying to guide a human being to be in such way. Because so many years of education, but nobody taught us how to live ourselves, how to love ourselves, and why it is important. So there is a complete guide for a successful life ahead, where you can be successful in your career, in your relationship, in your own self too. So if you want to achieve all these things, you can connect with me. My WhatsApp number is given. You can take a screenshot. My Instagram handle is given. And one more Instagram handle is there, which is being shared, inshallah. So connect with me, and so here is the end, sister. Jazakumullah khair, and thank you for the lovely audience. Thank you for being patient and thank you for listening. And Jazakallah khairan to Sister Alia, Sister Anpa, and Islamic Store for making me part of this journey and giving me a small platform to spread the word with the lovely Muslimas here. Thank you, everyone.
Jazakallah khair, Awataf, sis. I mean, subhanAllah, it was such an enlightening session. And I'm sure all of you will agree that, alhamdulillah, self-introspection and awareness and health is not just about body, mind, and soul. All these health is, taking care of your body is also about the mind and the soul. All these factors were so beautifully covered by Sister Awataf, and I'm sure many of you will be wanting to join Academy, and because the kind of diseases she mentioned about this BP, thyroid, and all in the last slide, these are very relevant diseases, and we ought to, take care of this by natural methods, and that's how health and wellness coaches like Sister Awataf comes up. Subhanallah, it was an amazing session, and alhamdulillah, we all have benefited. So Jazakallah khair, Sister Awataf, for coming in here, wasting your time enough to be with all of us and enlightening us on such an important topic. Yes, there are people who would like to connect with you. What we will be doing, we'll be sharing this last slide of Sister Awataf. We have it, so inshallah you can connect with Sister Awataf, all of those who are interested. And I'm sure it will be an amazing experience for all of you. That said, please keep joining the quiz. Anfa has already, shared the link out there. And if anybody has question answers, you all can ask in the chat. And meanwhile, we just wait for a few minutes for people to join in, and then we start off with the quiz, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I've shared the scan code on the screen. So you all can scan and we'll start the quiz in some time.
Let's hurry up, everyone. We have some amazing prizes to be won. So make sure you're there. And also remember, after the session gets over, we are gonna have a question on Instagram. We already have the winner of yesterday's post, but we will not be announcing the winner on daily basis for the Instagram post session. We will be announcing it after 4 days. Okay, all the winners together. So make sure you are there. Today's Instagram post winner and every details will be shared in the group. So everybody make sure you're in the Islamic Kids Store group. Any of the co-hosts here, either Mariam or Shifa of Safaria, anybody can share the WhatsApp group link. So inshallah, anybody who's yet not joined the Islamic Kids Store WhatsApp group, please join, because there we are going to be sharing all the details of the event, the prizes and everything. So make sure you are there, at least till the 4-5 days, and afterwards also you should be there, because we have some amazing products and some amazing sessions and amazing lineups, which will be happening even after this event happens. So make sure you're there. As soon as we have minimum at least 12 or 15 people, we'll just start, because you are already due a session. I know it does happen, but alhamdulillah, whatever the delay, it has been so beneficial, alhamdulillah, every minute of it. So whether it was Madiha session or it was Awataf session, alhamdulillah, we have a lot to gain from. Yeah, any questions anybody has can ask directly in the chat. I think this is a question here by Sister Aisha. For you, Sister Awataf, what is the key to gain consistency to be healthy always? Mind, heart, or soul? Is that a question?
Awareness is the key system. Like you can start journaling. For example, you can keep a tab of your emotion. First 15 days, you have to be very keen about being aware of your emotions, what is triggering you, what is affecting you, how it is affecting you, where it is affecting in your body. Each and every small details you have to journal. After that, why it is affecting. If for example, if someone said bad to you, why it is affecting you? What is that thing which is making you? So when you write down each and everything, that will help you in being consistent. Because now you are aware what you have to do and what you not have to do. And the same thing with your body, what you are eating, how much you are eating, whether it is healthy or whether it is not healthy, you have to be mindful. And you sisters are really very educated. Everybody knows what is healthy meal, what is unhealthy meal. I don't say good food and bad food because food is food and alhamdulillah, it's a niyama of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But there are healthy version and there are unhealthy version. So try to skip the unhealthy version, which is beneficial for you. Eat those things. Keep your mood tab, drink water, sleep nicely, and consistency. See, difficult is going to be. It is going to be difficult. I'm not saying. But if you really want to be successful, you have to be ready for that difficulties. And you have to be consciously aware by writing up the journal. Be grateful and forgive people. This is only the key. When you completely focus on yourself now, you will not ask me how I can be consistent. As soon as your mind shifts to somebody else, you are being demotivated. But if you truly focus on yourself on the daily basis, consistency flows along with that. I hope that answered the question.
Okay, Alia, I guess we should start with the this quiz.
Yes, start with the quiz because it's time we can start with the quiz. And yes, and as we are discussing a lot about journaling, also to mention we have the Ultimate Muslimah 360, which all of you are aware of. One of the best journals for your health, mind, body, soul. It has been made after consulting with different coaches from different fields, from health, from mental wellness, from finance. We have everything covered, and we have articles by experts from different fields. So make sure you get it, and it's available at a discounted price right now. The prices will hike up after a week. So make sure if you have not yet bought Ultimate Muslimah 360, you bring it now. The link of Ultimate Muslimah 360 is being posted in the group as well. All the best to all of you. And this is one thing you see, many people get the same answers right, but in quizzes, it's all about how quick you do. So make sure, apart from being correct, you're also quick because it gives you score on that. You see, there are so many people who got full 5, but it's the score, time actually, which matters at the end. Yes, Anfa, we have the results?
Yes, we have the result. That was quick, actually. So the winner is Sister Sana. The first winner, Mubarak Sister Sana. Then the second winner we have is Sis Amra. And the third winner is Sis Nuren Fatima. Jazakallah khair and Mubarakbad to everyone who's won. And request your sisters to please connect with us on WhatsApp group, on our WhatsApp group admin, and share your details so that we can send your prize as soon as possible.
Yes, Jazakallah khair, everyone. And Jazakallah khair, everybody join and see. We have the screenshots of the leaderboards. In case if the winners do not contact us within one day, then we will have to give the prize to the next winner. So make sure you contact us. The link of the WhatsApp group is given. Please join. Please join there so you'll get updates of every prize and everything. And all those who've not won right now, don't get disappointed. One more chance of winning right after this event as we close the session. You have the Instagram post. Today we have a unique question coming up. Go ahead, rack your brains, answer the question. And fortunately, inshallah, you may be one of those winners. Today's gift prize is a gift card of rupees 500 from the Islamic Kids store. So make sure you join in. Okay, I think with that, we end the session. And we have the winners. So Jazakallah khair, everyone to join in. Just to remind, tomorrow we have another session by Sister Kanis Fatima on a very, very relevant issue of our time on teenage. And then we have the Sister Maryam Shamim. She will be talking about the Muslimah's quest for the best of both worlds. So we have an amazing sessions lined up, an amazing line of prizes tomorrow. So make sure you're there. It's Saturday. Get your husbands along, get your children along, and go and have an enlightening session. Educate yourself, educate your friends, and I hope it benefits all of you. With that, I end the session for today. Subhanallahi walhamdulillahi la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa atubu ilayhi. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.